Spurs. Quick kick forward for the Spurs from, you might have to put some pronunciation, Skogos. That's the half forward for the Spurs. They won the toss through Alicia Newman and kicked down to the river end. Is that right? No, on the river end?
Yep.
One down by Hardiman for the Spurs. The hand pass out, doesn't come clear, and the umpire will call for a ball up again. Swisse Wellness VFL Women's Action, round 3. Melbourne University visiting the VU Western Spurs, both teams undefeated. Ball goes towards the forward pocket, taken by Blackburn, the Melbourne Uni. And away come the Students. Ball in the hands of Pound, gets a quick hand pass away. No clear possession, good solid tackle laid there by the Spurs. On the outer side, it's gathered now by Shelley Scott, who runs clear. Kicks in towards the forward pocket. Opportunity here for Spurs. They've got the numbers. Quick kick off, beautifully smothered off the boot from Casley. Uni with the football and can come out of the defence now. Long ball out towards centre wing, looking for Spark, who can get there. Taken, in fact. She got the hand pass across. Uni making a good run down the ground. Little chip in towards half forward. This is Ashmore. Can she pick it up cleanly? She does. Good shot on goal. Decides to pass in towards the path of the teammate. Top of the goal square. Was there a push? Umpire says no. Toe poke off the ground. It works its way towards the line and is rushed over for a behind by Cordner for the Spurs. The first score for Melbourne University is a behind, and that is about 2 minutes into the first quarter. We can roll back into play. This is just helping me get the players' names. I'm still setting up here at the moment. This is my first time in the team too, so it's all learning culture. I'm Brendan, sorry. Yeah, so I'm trying to learn this at the same time as I was maintaining disorganised. Quick kick inside 50 from Liz Starr. How will this ball bounce back towards the line? It's the other direction. And getting back there first is Saundry for Melbourne University. Sends the kick out towards half-back, but only as far as Guest. Swings onto the left, Guest kicks inside 50. Chopped off by Emma Carney, co-captain for Melbourne Uni. Tracks the footy, got a quick hand pass away and then kicked clear by the Students up and under outside 50. Ashmore couldn't take it for Melbourne Uni. Trying to spin through the contest there for the Spurs. The umpire calls for a ball up, it's not coming out of there. 55 metres out from Spurs goal. They've had plenty of the attacking, yet to score on the board. Good hand pass from Ashmore. Uni come out of defence. Towards the wing, it's a beautifully weighted kick for Deanna Berry. Swings onto the right boot towards half forward. Good mark taken there. Too far out to score. No, Melbourne Uni kicks straight into the man on the mark. Did in the gun. I should say, towards half forward. Taken by Frank for the Spurs. Got the hand pass to White. She goes into the centre of the ground. Picked up the Uni by Alicia Reaver. Gets around, has a touch on the ground. Kicks inside forward 50. Cordner works her opponent under the ball. Getting back there. Shortly pushed was Berry. And she'll get a free kick in the goal square. First goal coming up for Melbourne University. Deanna Berry will have no problems with this. 3 metres out directly in front. From the top of the goal square, Berry kicks the goal. Melbourne Uni on the board. They are 1-1-7. The U Western Spurs yet to score. Swisse VFL Women's Action. Round 2 from Merv Hughes over. Round 3. That's also the first time I've called a women's match.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to try and stop saying it.
No, it's alright.
We're on now. No, I just won't give something we're on. Okay, round 3. VFL Women's Swisse Action as the ball comes out of the centre. Melbourne Uni off to a good start. 1-1-7 leading the Spurs yet to score. Looking for 10 wins in a row against Spurs. That was holding the ball, I thought, on O'Brien. Umpire said no. Quick kick forward for Uni, only as far as Gamble, who takes the mark at half-back. Goes to the wide wing here at Merv Hughes Oval. Little hand pass came back to Guest. Chips it over the top. They can build here. Kemp Add some pressure on her from Ashmore. Can't break clear. Ashmore will trap it in. And we'll have a ball up right beside the boundary line. Brendan Rhodes with you here at Murphy's Oval. Round 3, VFL Women for Swisse Wellness. Clyde puts it up in the air. One down by O'Brien. And it goes straight over the line for a boundary throw. Play 3 minutes actual playing time in the first quarter. Back into play. Taken one down there by Hardiman. The Spurs gathered by Lachlan and Melbourne Uni. And that kick will go off the outside of the boot and out of bounds on full. The free kick to Spurs will be taken by Elise Campbell. Very wide bends here at Murphy's Oval. Campbell goes short. Mark dropped off the chest there by Scott. Taken over the top by Spark. Leaves the hand pass there now. Runs away, cuts on the right boot. Local kick though as Lampard takes the mark. Spurs. Sarah Lampard. Long down towards centre half forward. Getting to the front spot was Casley with the ball went over her head. Tracking it back, Melbourne University. Quick kick goes out towards the wing and Spark takes the mark for Uni. Onto the right boot, down towards the wing, looking for it, finding Ashmore. Couldn't take the mark, we've got eye contact. And she'll take the free kick. Ashmore towards half forward, got plenty of it early. No mark taken by Perry. Looking around on the feet, having another go with Perry. Towards half forward, they're off and running. Good tackle on Stevenson. By Frank managed to hold it up and she got back and gathered the football again. Frank Little. Kick away came from Teasdale. But it bounced just inside the line and went over for a throw in. 1-1-7. Plays yet to score. One result already this morning. St Kilda Saints beating St Kilda Sharks, I should say, beating Box Hill by 39 points over at the Box Hill City Oval. Quick kick away by Scott. Only as far as Ashmore. Gets a hand pass off. Trying to break through as Eva, couldn't do so. Went in for another go. Bounce doesn't favour O'Brien. Flipped out the back to Hunt. Can she get clear? No, she can't. Holding the ball. Good tackle for Spurs. And the free kick will be taken by Sarah Jolly. Jolly in the half back. Almost up to centre wing. Sets it up long towards centre half forward. Back to fly. No knockout will be taken there. Ball at ground level. Trying to work her way through with Saundry. Stacks on the middle. A couple of voices coming in very shortly. We'll join me in the coverage today. VFL W Radio, live streaming. Running away for Spurs is Ashley Guest towards half forward. That's a beautiful kick, well weighted kick. And the mark has been taken inside forward 50. For the VU Western Spurs, and that is Madison Lister. Line up for about 40 metres out. Confident in the distance. Lister deliberate over the approach. Spurs need this one. They've had plenty of play. It's just crossed to the near side and through for one behind. Swisse Wellness VFL round 3 scoreboard. VU Western Spurs 1 behind Melbourne University 1-1-7. 6.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Ball brought back in by Pound. Goes to the outer side, turnover, chance here for Jolly. Snap back towards goal, Pound in the front spot. Was she pushed? No. Quick snap, Lister couldn't get it on the boot. Trying to get through there was Kent, couldn't do so. Eventually Melbourne Uni get a quick kick away. It clears the zone very well and sets them off and running. Into the centre of the ground, it was a good kick. Tapner couldn't quite take it back. She did hang on to the mark at the second go. Towards half forward. Now with Gunn. Swings around with a hand pass across to the running player in Ashmore. Kicks from 50. Wally ball towards the top of the square. How will this one bounce? Getting there first was Spark, which she dealt with. The umpire says, throw the footy in. Right beside the behind post. Excellent transition end to end from Melbourne University. Setting up another scoring opportunity. 15 metres out from goal. Up and go at it. It's them both over the back. Picked up by Sensory. She kicks outside 50, and that's a good stretch for the mark to Frank. Loops the hand pass over the top, back to Sensory for round. They've turned it over. This is Eva. Got it across to Blackburn. Hand pass cleared. Kick inside 50 from Lachlan. Who wants this? Good mark, front spot. Very well done there by Harriet Cordner. The fullback played for Melbourne during the AFLW competition. Out towards half-back they go, and Newman can run away. Lost possession of the football, Camp now. Kicks down the wing. Chance for Lister to run onto this one. Getting back there first as well for Melbourne Uni. Got an unknown number there, 42. Kick towards centre wing. This is with Gamble. Got it across to White. She kicks inside 50. This is the target though. And the turnover is back with Melbourne Uni again. And a centering ball finds Pound. Hand pass across. Uni bring it out of defence. And Ashmore has had a lot of football in the first quarter. Still in the defensive half of the ground. Kicks to the wing. Running hard to provide the option with Stevenson. Swings onto the left boot. Wobbles the kick up towards the centre half forward. Safe mark taken there by Scott for the Spurs. Play on. No, wasn't called to play on, so that'll be 50. Shelley Scott will get the advantage. A little bit keen to get up on the contest with Stevenson and gave away the 50-metre penalty. So a chance for the Spurs to go right to the forward 50. Short pass into the pocket. That's a beautiful kick from Scott. And the mark is taken deep in the forward pocket. And that is Ashley Gunn. 30 metres out, tight angle, into the Maribyrnong River end. Yet a goal so far for the season. She might have one now, she likes it, great kick. Ashley Gunn puts it through. Western Spurs gets a reward for effort. And they are 1-1-7, levelling it up against Melbourne University, 1-1-7. Restart scores level at Murphew's over 1-1-7 apiece. Swisse Wellness VFLW round 3. On with the football was Tapner. Picked up for Spurs by Casley towards the forward line. It goes. Eva got back first. Sent a little kick out wide, running off half back. That was good play. There looked like Anderson towards half forward. Eva ran on well. Kicks inside half forward, not good. The mark has been taken by Frank at half back. Free kick, however, for a push. And Stevenson will take it. Kicks inside 50. No mark taken. They stole it off each other. Casley got the hand pass to Cordner. Onto the right boot. She was ducked after getting rid of the footy. Downfield free kick to Spurs. Holding their own Spurs, undefeated so far this season. First big challenge. They haven't beaten Melbourne Uni for 5 years. Towards the centre half-back region. This is Gamble. Kicks to half forward. Spoil made by Hunt. Picked up by Uni towards the wing. Oh, great mark taken there by Tara Morgan. She'll send it back for Spurs. Kicks it out wide towards the flank. Beautifully weighted kick as well. White. Can go for a run. Kicks straight into the player on the mark and it'll be a turnover. No, they've managed to get it back, Spurs. This is Newman, the captain, kicks inside 50. At the back, who's going to get back there first? The numbers are with Melbourne Uni. Bounce doesn't favour them. And it's been taken over the line off the hands of Emma Carney into the behind post and a boundary throw in. 7 apiece, midway through the first quarter. Trucker to go at it again. Front spot, winning the tap down was Candice Adams. Good kick away from Melbourne Uni. It'll come straight back in from the Spurs towards the pocket. We'll knock it back to the flight of the ball. It's taken by the students. Out of the fence and into the hands of Tapner. Swings onto the right boot towards centre half forward. Good play. Strong taken there. By more towards 50. She goes, has a shot on goal. How will this bounce wrong side of the post? Through from behind in and Gunn it was in fact. 1 goal to Melbourne Uni. Spurs 1-1. Kicking his ball and Gunn will have another chance. Taking the mark. 40 metres out. No real angle to speak of. And this could be a crucial mistake. She's going to give the hand pass off. Tapner shoots on goal. It's across the face. And it'll bounce away and go out of bounds for a throw in. It's a little bit too far out. What's going? Melbourne Uni with a scoring chance. Up beside the behind post again. To go at it, right in the danger zone. One down well by Melbourne Uni. Take it cleanly, Berry. Towards half back it goes. It's worked over the line. Play there by Newman. Down his rolling. There's around from Melbourne Uni goal. Once again, 10 a short throw in this time. Down by Hardeman, quick kick from Blackburn. Stevenson just got a kick away in time off the outside of the boot. Good play by Newman. Got a hand pass back, quick kick out of the fence. He's a little bit wild from Frank and he goes out of bounds on the full. That's coming straight back in from Melbourne University. Pound kicks it long towards centre half forward, gave away some distance. Still an opportunity. And just standing in the tackle and being caught with it was Hunt. So it'll be a turnover. A good piece of play by Jolly gets rewarded. Kicks out wide. Going by the Cape a fair bit here. Castley gets the football. One of the widest swings I've ever seen here at Murphy's Oval. Now it's with Newman, who's started up well from the back pocket. Giving the call to hurry up now. Kicks long towards half forward. Numbers here with Melbourne Uni. Scott has a task. She did well enough and got it over the line, and that's a win for the Spurs. 15 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. 1 point the lead for Melbourne University. Ball back into play. Front spot was Hardman. Taken away by the students through Stevens back towards the wing. Good little hand pass up from Tapner. Excellent chase and tackle by Naomi Ferris. Gets rewarded. Playing on with advantage. Gogos kicks towards half forward and there is a push back on play. And it's coming back for a free kick to Melbourne University to Emma Carney. It's landed hard on the cricket pitch area. We'll take the free kick. Towards half forward. Good strong lead and nut by Shearmore. Plays on, sets it up off the outside of the boot towards 50. No mark over taken there by Gaston. Ashmore, little hand pass over the top. Doing well, Pound. Oh, go straight through the legs of Wilson. She would have had a clear shot on goal. Scott got there. Quick kick away, out towards that wide wing it goes again. Foot race on here, won by Kemp, did well, got rid of her opponent and ran away. Ainsley Kemp towards half forward, bouncing ball towards the line. Still numbers with Melbourne Uni, but they did well. Kemp followed it up beautifully, got a kick back in board. No mark taken here, still a chance for Spurs. Good tackle late on Gogos, that's been rewarded. Maybe a little bit hot on that one. Wasn't given a lot of opportunity to get rid of the football. Dangerous kick, goes back to the defensive goal square, bounces away. Pressure on the Melbourne Uni defence now. Short pass, bounces short, left behind by O'Brien. Spurs still with a chance, trying to work her way through. There was Lampard, couldn't do so. Swept the hand pass out wide, did Melbourne Uni, and coming away from defence for the students. Towards the wing it goes. Gunn can't quite pick it up. Out the back it goes. Pack converges. As the siren sounds for quarter time, here at the Merv Hughes Oval, and a tight first quarter with Melbourne Uni leading by 1 point. They're 1 goal to 8. Western Spurs 1-1-7. Swisse Wellness VFLW round 3 from Merv Hughes Oval. The goal scorers Deanna Berry for Melbourne Uni, Ashley Gunn for the Western Spurs.
Yeah, I know, but they can't.
Underway in the second quarter, Melbourne University leading by a point here at the Merv Hughes Oval. We kick away from Spurs from Scott, brings it outside of the centre. It was only as far as Pound. Pound gets the kick, but it was well smothered. Turnover time. Spurs with an opportunity, good tackle laid there by the Melbourne Uni player in Pound, who started up well. Good chase and tackle laid on Nicola Stevens, who's changed to number 42. Guernsey ripped in the first quarter. She's been holding the ball. And Ferris takes the free kick. That's a second really good tackle in this game from Ferris. Taken by Scott towards half forward. Good pick up that one by Newman. Goes towards half forward. Little hand pass over the top. Good play, Jolly. Swings around onto the left boot. Kicks towards the top of the goal square. At the back, a chance for Gunn. Couldn't pick it up. Goes again. This is Ferris. Can she get a kick away? Got a hand pass to Castley. Quick snap on goal. Is through for a behind. So scores a level early doors in the second quarter. Castley makes it 1-2-8 apiece on the Swisse Wellness VFL women's scoreboard. And I've got another voice joining me now in the second quarter. Cameron?
Quite an opportunity here for Spurs. Mentioned before, they haven't beaten Melbourne in 5 years. So really good squad up to them. For Spurs.
It is taken away though by Blackburn with a hand pass across. Now they'll come out of the defence. Blackburn back, done well with Dan Ashmore across towards the wing. Still in, Blackburn will get it back again off Wilson. She got caught and dispossessed. They're working hard. The Spurs. Lampard kicks in towards half forward. Numbers here with Melb. Pound has had a lot of the football half back. Kicks back out towards the wing. It's spending a lot of time out there. Yes, has it for Spurs. Manages to shrug one tackle, but then fumble and got caught on the second one. Got the ball away, umpire said quickly hand pass over the top of Lampard. Kick towards half forward by Guess. Bouncing ball. Good piece of play by Stevens. Little kick back towards half back was excellent. And it's taken by Alicia Eva. Had a good first quarter to Eva. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Stevenson couldn't quite take the mark. Hand pass up. Pound left it behind. Snap back from Shelley Scott. Only as far as Stevens. Quick hand pass. Loops it out wide. Good play. Taken now by Wilson for Uni. Kicks towards the forward half of the wing. Good piece of play running into a Blackburn. Might get caught. Had support from Berry. Gets the kick away towards forward 50. Back to flight. No marker retaken. Stevenson did beautifully. Trapped it. Got a kick away. How will this bounce towards the goal? Just offline. The Spurs defence gets back and manages to lock it up right on the behind line at the Maribyrnong River end of the ground. 1-2-8 apiece on the scoreboard. Swisse Wellness VFL.
They want to one here. Emma Carney's got the run of job and Scoring
opportunity for Melbourne University. Probably had the better of play in the first quarter and a bit. Spurs haven't been able to get the score on the board. However, Melbourne Uni have taken their main opportunity with a goal to Berry in the first quarter, and she's got a chance here again. Couldn't pick the football up, but gets it on the second go. Berry kicks towards full forward. Numbers here with Spurs getting back as Ferris. She's done some good things. Got a little hand pass away. They'll come out of defensive. It can be gathered cleanly. Stevens, however, will get in there and chop them off. It's not going to come out. We'll have a ball up.
Spurs taking it down much more than they did previous season. They're very much trying to bring that sort of run down in Melbourne effect.
In a row in this contest, Melbourne University, dating back to 2012, round 8 it was. Before that it was all Spurs. They'd won 9 out of 10. We can pass away. Scott, up and under kick. They won't travel the distance. Stevens has it knocked away. O'Brien couldn't pick it up. Little hand pass over the top came from Anderson. Still in there with an opportunity. That'll be wrapped up. Last player to get up is Harriet Cordner.
Spurs have been able to dominate their first couple matches, mainly during this and this forward, and fantastic run against his Chess Anderson. play for Melb.
We haven't seen Miff Sutton really as yet. 5 goals last week. We know Box Hill. Down by O'Brien for Melbourne Uni. Working it towards 50, but only as far as Frank. They've got to kick out wide, too wide, and it goes out of bounds on full. Free kick to Melbourne University. It's going to be taken by Alicia Reaver. Goes for the lead. He doesn't get it, so wobbles a kick inside forward 50. It hits the deck at the back of the pack. Numbers with Spurs. Taken by Gamble. Little kick doesn't clear the zone. She goes in for another crack at it, Gamble. Not tackled towards the boundary line and goes over for a throw in.
Melbourne still looking a little bit clean. I think it's clean those clean situations there. Spurs just a little bit panicky around the edges. Melbourne doing very, very well, particularly in the middle of the pass.
Able to hold it in for long periods of time, aren't they? Quick kick towards the top of the square. Stevenson. Oh, terrific mark. Standing in front of the leading forward. And that was excellent play by Harriet Cordner. Kicks it long out of defence. She's been excellent so far, Cordner. Little hand pass, can't break clear. Now taken by Jolly, got dispossessed. Tackle without the football. Umpire set play on. Out to Stevenson. Plenty of the football as well for her. Even the front spot and taking the mark is Sensory. Decides to go back towards her defensive goal. Cordner again. Goes across the face. This is dangerous stuff. A little bit of a fumble there from Guest, but she's able to butter up and swings back around onto the left boot. Kicks out towards halfback. A strong grab in the pack taken by Kent. Wants to go. Kicks towards the wing. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of Melbourne Uni. Ball brought to ground by Lachlan. Getting back there to provide some support. It's now 2-on-2. Strong tackle laid by Gunn. It's not coming out. The umpire says, give it to me.
Okay, he's pulled up a little ginger out of that last marking contest. Just making their way over there now, but definitely leading the Bruce.
Keep an eye on that key player for Melbourne University as Scott busts out of the contest. Here's an opportunity. The kick doesn't quite find the target, but it'll be run on to by Newman. She can go all the way. Has a couple. Inside 50. Has a third. Runs to 30. Great football! Ashley Newman, captain's goal for VU Western Spurs, and they take the lead at Merck Hughes Oval. Swisse VFL Women's Round 3 action. It's 2-2-14 Western Spurs, 1-2-8 Melbourne University. Great stuff, Alicia Newman.
Now, if you just said that, you wouldn't think that Alicia Newman was a very late pick up in the draft. I think it's a free agent by Melbourne. Hardly ever played football until then, but that goal, look at the boys, 4 bounces, burned off some serious players. Didn't finish a goal run from 35 like that. Fantastic.
Stuff. There's plenty of quality out there. 27 AFLW players across the two teams, Cameron.
Plenty of re-signings as well, so it's been a big week for them. Stevens Mothers who are involved in 2 of the biggest trades of all.
Yes, 4 players playing today traded during the trade period over the last couple of weeks. We'll get to that throughout the course of the game. There's a downfield free kick being picked out here. And it's going to be taken by Ellie Blackburn, captain of Melbourne University, Western Bulldogs star as well. He's going to line up from 55 metres out. He'll take a big kick. Long ball from 50. Goes across the face. Plenty of distance on that. And just through for a behind.
As you would have said, not too many players offering the lead there.
Quickly brought back into play to Lampard, brings it out towards half-back, and it'll trickle over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Big job for Melbourne is Carly Tackler. She's got a long red white. The Western Spurs main midfield ballers.
And done quite well so far. White's had a couple of touches in the first quarter. Ball down to ground. There is that contest. Towards the line it goes. Trying to keep it in. It's harder than to do so. It's over for a throw-in. So, a lead by a goal to the Spurs. Go around the grounds and get some score updates very shortly. One down by Hardeman, goes back towards the line. And throw in. Diamond Creek 2-3-15 leading Darabin 2 behind. St Kilda Sharks beating Box Hill 10-13, 73 to 5-34 this morning. And the other games being played tomorrow: Cranbourne versus Geelong and Eastern Devils versus Seaford. Ball is at half forward. What's the win for Melbourne Uni? Quick kick around the corner, came from Chapman. Goes out of bounds on full. Seems to be significantly wider on this main road side of the ground, doesn't it?
I do wonder, yes, I can tell you, there's not
Our transition sort of favours this wing as well. Once they stand out a little bit more on the other side, but it's certainly a long way from the centre square to the boundary line. As the kick comes inboard, that was at the bootlaces of Gaston, puts some pressure on Blackburn, did well, got it across to Eva, now to Carney, kicks towards the top of the goal square, and quick movement of the football will always bring a defensive team down. And Melbourne University should kick the goal here. Lauren Spark with the mark in the goal square. Pokes it home, squares the ledger up at 2-2-14 apiece, midway through the second quarter. And that is how Cameron Melbourne Uni are getting their scores, just with the quick movement.
Well, look, you can see how they were doing it, because the Spurs almost were out. They hit the gas in a foot forward to take the market being off. Instead, at the bootlaces, as you said, after the kick up, Blackburn swoops in, Eva swoops in, and Diaz around Lauren Spark, all 6 foot 3 is left alone in elsewhere.
And VFLW Swisse Wellness scoreboard, 2-2-14 apiece. Now it's a free kick being kicked out in the centre circle. It will be taken by the Spurs. Long ball out towards half forward, and at the back taking the mark is Quigley. This time it's kicks inside 50, not the best kick. Blackburn goes off the ground. Turn over though, it'll come back, dodging, weaving, dispossessed. Wasn't a fair tackle, so play on was the call. Still going through the Spurs, through White, couldn't do so. Now's the turnover, Blackburn, good little feed out to Phillips, swings onto the left boot, good kick, they can build again, quick transitions working from Berry towards half forward, now with Stevenson, too far out to score you would think, onto the left boot, sets it up towards full forward, pack flies, no marko will be taken, ground level footy now, at the base of that pack, dragged off the ball, was the Melbourne Uni player, umpire said play on, quick kick away, came from Cordner. Tries to find some zone, get it outside 50, Lampard, clearing ball towards the wing, now will bounce for Jolly. Oh, she did brilliantly, she got around 3 of them. Jolly kicks down towards centre wing, 2-on-1 contest, Melbourne Uni's had a lot of those and it was well done by Saundry. Sends it back towards half forward, they've got the overlap now. Quick hand pass from Blackburn, running into goal now is Tabner, and Tabner puts it home. And that quick transition works again for Melbourne University. 2 quick goals and they take the lead. 3 goals to 20, Melbourne University. 2-2-14 VU Western Spurs. Swisse Wellness VFLW round 3 action.
Just another issue with the Spurs needed a little bit more points. Kick from Jolly, missed the target on the half-back line. 2-on-1, the Nuggets suddenly get it upfield. A beautiful pass from Saunders to Blackburn. And so they're really favouring over the forward line. You know, when you get plenty of tools to Lauren Spark and Bruce Stevenson, and you can see when they keep open like that, even a small over like that, it was done very nice goal.
It makes it really tough for the likes of Gamble and of course Cordner, who've worked hard down there. Cordner in particular has been excellent, but with the open forward line, it just makes it really tough for no matter how good you are as a defender. Secondary ball up in the centre of the ground. It is 6 points in favour of Melbourne University. Tap down, Jolly tries to spin through, has to hand pass off the ground, slap forward. Melbourne Uni will now good tackle, 1-2 late to throw. The umpire's alongside the contest, hasn't seen it. Spurs got the football away anyway. Over the back it goes. Bouncing ball, Newman couldn't pick it up cleanly. Gathered by Melbourne Uni. Quick kick away towards half back. And came from Gunn towards Spurs. Gunn's running into the football now is Phillips. The ultimate frisbee star pushing the back. I thought someone might be breathing on the contest. Shrugging the tackle, guess, Scott had to get a hand pass away just in time. Scott tries to work through, doing down hunt, but the hand pass back to down, quick kick on the boot. Mark was dropped by White. Has to go back and get it again. Got unloaded after she kicked it. That was late. And a downfield free kick. A bit rattled by that. By that solid hit. A downfield free. Go to the Spurs. Goal square almost. Solid mark. Not paid to Gabriel a pound. Play on's the call. Unable to pick it up. First, second, third, fourth go was Clack. Finally got it across to Weaver, who followed up nicely. Kick goes out wide to the wing. Taken by Gunn towards half forward it goes. Trying to pick it up there was Sheila, couldn't do so. Flicked out the back. Whistle on play. Free kick coming back to Melbourne University. No, it's going to the Spurs, in fact. It'll be taken by Tara Morgan. The Melbourne Union change. Morgan.
Encouraging sign for Melbourne. Yeah, listen, we've said we're taking out forward quickly all the ground as the Spurs try to get their muscle in the
Long ball forward from Nicholas Stevens, who's really making their presence felt. Berry's had a bit of it. Little kick goes towards the centre of the ground. It's good, and the mark is taken by Blackburn. And we've seen already today, it's well within her range. Player on the mark, standing about 47 metres out from goal. Minor lead there, but Blackburn's only got eyes for the big sticks. Comes in now, kicks from right on the stripe. She's got good purchase on it again, but has pushed it across the face and through for a behind.
No example of Melbourne three forwards to start pushing into the lead from Blackburn, but it's two away to the right.
She's kicked into the one goal so far in the season. The VFLW season, as the kick in is marked by Guess. Wants to play on and bring it out to this wide wing. Spurs can work away down in that zone. It'll come out wide to the advantage of Kemp, but it'll bounce away from her and go out of place.
Another missed opportunity by Morgan. It's all about the difference between these two sides. Very obvious. Melbourne, you've just got that little bit more voice, but chance there is the scores to go forward.
Blackburn, as you mentioned, 6 goals, 12 she kicked at Bulldogs, as well in the AFLW competition. So while she's got the distance, the accuracy not quite there at the moment. Ball back into play, at the back, White back on the ground, trying to go through was Jolly, couldn't do so. Ball slapped to ground by Carney, got it to Eva, kicks towards half forward, back to fly, no taken there by O'Brien, out the back it goes, swinging through there. Was Campbell who got caught. Frank who's down holding her head just off the side of the contest. Ball bounce away for a throw in. Not in a good way, Jess Frank.
It's got dropped off the tackle by Catherine. I was all perfect.
Going to have a bit of a delay here. How have you seen the game so far, Cameron?
Well, it's been interesting. Melbourne not quite full strength, so a couple of AFL players out in Maddie Carrick and Cecilia Nackett who's just taking the season for VFL thus far, and also Hannah Edwards. I think Coach Andrew Gay is really happy with where his sides at the moment. If I was Teddy Lee, Coach the Spurs, a real standout in the one Spurs to take the game on. Last year they consolidated themselves as a team, and they're really looking to attack the game a bit more this year. Sarah Jolly in particular really doing taking the well.
She's been outstanding in the first quarter and a half, down to throwing. One down by Melbourne Uni through the Miguel O'Brien. And there's a whistle on play here, a push. Free kick going to the Spurs. That Jolly coming out of defence. Has a bounce, has another bounce. Can go for a long run. Kicks it down towards centre wing, but getting in the front spot and taking the mark is Saundry.
Spurs need to get across the floor there. She was all doing all the running.
And Carney receives from Saundry. The kick up towards half forward. Guess kicks it up off the base of the pack, shrugs one tackle and can take off again. Looks for Kent the second time. And it's knocked over the line by Saundry for a throw in. You'd think being home ground Spurs, even though this is their first home game, they try and avoid this quite a bit, wouldn't you?
Well, that's the thing, they're stuck on a bad job. Talk about wins.
It's a good 3 that, Newman. As the kick from Hunt finds Ashmore. Siren sounds for half-time. That'll give Newman a little bit extra time to recover, but that was a really big hit by Jessica Anderson.
Well, it's all fair. I think Jessica Anderson came back the first half. Now she's taken out Newman, saw the goal being kicked in that quarter there, and she's, I think, at the end of the game, Jessica Anderson did take it.
Yeah, no question about that at all. Here's half-time.
But should be getting back next week, hopefully.
Oh, it's going to be a major issue. Anyway, as we prepare for the second half, the umpire puts it up in the air and sets us underway. It's one down by Hardiman. Quick kick away for Spurs towards half forward it goes. A little bit of a hold there on Mifsud, and umpire said no. Ball towards half forward it goes. It was slapped forward by Kemp. Still a chance here for the Spurs. Looping hand pass out wide. They need to go more direct in this second half. Guest tried to run through the tackle, had to get a hand pass away. Running onto the football is Gamble. Goes long in towards the forward line, but getting back Nicola Stevens, who's had a fantastic first half, and she takes the mark for the Melbourne Uni team.
Having a real good look at why Nicola Stevens was so highly valued by Carlton during trade period, aren't you?
She's been called to play on, Cameron. Hasn't heard the call and has been run down from behind holding the ball by Alex Quigley.
Just Westhoffed it.
Yeah, exactly right. Short pass inside 50. No mark able to be taken there. Stevens gets it back in the base of the pack, trying to butter it up. Out towards Guest. It comes for the Spurs. She's got Ashmore straight after her. Ball to ground level it goes. Quick kick. Missed the boot from Berry. Ball was dropped. Scott got a hand pass away. Now with White. Kicks towards half forward. Oh, good mark taken by Pound, who's had an excellent first half. Looking to carry on. Runs away with a bounce for the Muggers towards the centre of the ground. It's with Gunn. First gamer, Emma Gunn, kicks towards half forward. Oh, that's a well-judged mark by Carly Tapner. Plays on, sets it up towards goal. Running back with the flight of the ball is Shearlaw, and she takes the mark at the top of the square.
It was just beautiful transition by the Muggins. I don't think we can point the finger too unfairly at the Spurs there. That was just very, very nice ball movement. Great strong mark by Gab Pound. Started, hit the ground running, and similar up the other end with Carly Tapner. Takes it straight up to Kate Shearlaw.
And all three of their goals so far, and probably four, have come from that exact transition. Straight up the middle. As the goal is kicked by Shearlaw. She gets her first for the day, her first for the season, and a little break now for Melbourne University there. 4-3-27, Western Spurs 2-3-15. The Swisse Wellness VFLW scoreboard.
And Andrew Yago's obviously decided that his tall setup is really working. He's got a lot of cards to play. Shearlaw's down there as a forward. Every now and then Catherine O'Brien comes in from out of the ruck. Lou Stevenson he's also got there. It's going to really stretch the Spurs thin in this second half if they can't get someone to man up on these players.
Ricky, how do you see Spurs' game so far? Maybe just being pushed a little bit too wide has probably been the biggest issue. The fast transition is bringing the goals for Melbourne Uni.
Yeah, it's our first home game, so we've got a lot of new players to the team. We really do work at training to keep away from that wing, and yeah, it is a major problem, that right wing to the scoreboard. Yeah, we're really working to be a running team as well, so I think it's just a lot of different things, lot of different aspects that the girls are trying to work with at the moment. Melbourne Uni is a really good team, so we could really do that with Box Hill and Cranbourne and get that all set up. But I think that at the moment we really need to push a little bit harder against Melbourne Uni to hold our structures and work through them.
Free kick from to Gogos. She went out wide and found Morgan, who'll get away from the tackle. Got back onto the right boot, kicks towards the centre of the ground. O'Brien, player down for Spurs, copped a knee in the back. Solid contest here. At the base of the pack is Gogos again. Umpire calls for it, and that's Sarah Jolly, who's a bit sore there, Cameron.
And Jolly's been fantastic for the Spurs. Just their first season at VU Western Spurs after playing at Melbourne in the AFLW season. If she goes down, that's a loss, and she's still down.
She's had a very, very good first half. So the knee from O'Brien, and it's not a small knee either, one of the bigger players on the ground, Catherine O'Brien. She won that tap. Blackburn sends the hand pass back into the contest. It's a turnover time. Gogos kick only went as far as the as the Uni defence. Anderson it was, turnover again into the centre of the ground. They'll get it back here through Eva. Melbourne Uni kicks towards half forward. Didn't really look where that was going, and Lister takes the mark at half back.
Very, very big raps on Maddie Lister at the Spurs. She played the season last year in reserves, but has already shown really, really set body for a young player. Will not be afraid to take the game on.
High tackle here, free kick to Harriet Cordner, who's been really lion-hearted so far today, and a good kick out of defence, finds Kemp. Right underneath the broadcast position is Ainsley Kemp. Needs to try and work back inboard. Called to play on now. Gets the option short and gives it back to Lister, who has been pretty good, Lister. Not on that occasion. The kick falls to the advantage of Melbourne Uni. Back in towards half forward. Diving effort. Morgan couldn't quite take the mark. Tapner. Sharp hand pass. Snap on goal. Looks pretty good from Eva. How will it bounce? Cordner got back with pace.
Yeah, great effort, Harriet Cordner. That was a certain goal. It was either going to bounce through or Kate Schuler was just going to tap it through on the line, and she saved a goal for them.
4 goals, 4-28, Melbourne University. 2-3-15, VU Western Spurs. Ball's in the hands of Frank, who's recovered from that knock in the second quarter. Called to play on, and the kick is smothered by Tapner. Eva left the footy behind. Diving in there was Ferris. Can't break clear. Ball eventually comes out. Tapner is wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up. We'll go around the ground shortly for some score updates. As the umpire puts it up again, one down by Shearlaw. Quick kick from Hardiman. Hand pass swept wide by Phillips. They've got a chance to build here. Made herself big in defence. There did Frank and managed to block it off. Got the smother, and we'll have a ball up.
A lot of Spurs deep in defence here. You look at Tara Morgan, Elise Gamble, Guess, they're all trying to pile on the line. I reckon they're expecting that high kick to the top of the square to pick out Shearlaw.
Umpire puts it up again. Oh, air swing, that one in the ruck from Hardiman, but a quick kick away. They need to clear this zone quickly. Jolly's up and recovered. That's brave, got a hand pass through. It went to Gunn to Ferris, and it doesn't come out. It's a ball up.
Ferris was the only option there, but she had Nick Stevens breathing down her neck.
Darabin 3-3-21, lead Diamond Creek 2-3-15 over at the Plenty War Memorial Reserve. Western Bulldogs lead St Kilda by 9 points in the AFL. And in the state game over at Northport Oval, it's the Waffle leading the VFL by 23. Umpire puts it up. One down, Tapner left it behind. Ferris did well to step through traffic. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Oh, it was left behind in the end by Sensoric. It was knocked away by a teammate. Stevens puts the shepherd in. Lachlan fed the hand pass out wide. Then it came back to Ferris, who's having a really good third quarter so far. Heard a voice and put it back inboard. They've ended up out on this wide wing again. Guest had a bit of the football out there. Heads towards the flank, and it's with Gunn over her head. Numbers with Melbourne Uni. Turnover time. This is Pound who brings it up towards the wing. But it's only as far as Lister, who takes another intercept mark. Centering ball, finds Castley. In fact, it's Lampard. Sarah Lampard goes short. Good kick. Well weighted to Shelley Scott. In the centre cricket pitch area. Called to play on. Kicks straight into the player on the mark in Blackburn. Turnover. No, they've had the numbers. Lister received from Lampard. And there's a high tackle, free kick to the Spurs, and they can reset again.
It was clumsy by Kate Shearlaw, and she really let the Spurs out there because the pressure was building, and you could just see another transitional play by the Muggers coming on.
Gamble brings it towards half forward, but Stevens is back there and takes the mark. Now a Carlton player after switching from Collingwood in the trade period. And for AFLW, there's another player down for Spurs behind play. Holding a leg, keep an eye on that one.
Fergus.
Ball towards half back. And now a good strong lead and mark again from Lauren Spark. Plays on. Long ball towards the wing. Lister back with the flight of the ball. Couldn't take the mark. Ashmore with a couple to beat. Hand pass out from White. But she's been dumped by Ashmore, and she'll get the free kick for the push in the back.
Yes, here you go again, Brea White. She's working her way into the game in the third quarter. Been cool with the ball a couple of times and just picking herself up after being crunched in the second quarter by Deanna Berry.
Short pass finds Kemp, who's been pretty good as well. Goes towards centre half forward. Stevens is camped under this one. Couldn't quite take the mark. Jolly, little snap around the corner. Sensoric doesn't get a favourable bounce. Running onto the football there for Melbourne Uni. That was Adams, I think. Out towards half-back it goes. Turnover time. They've still got a chance here. Scott, great mark. Taken by the Spurs.
Now, she's not quite within range. They're going to need a pushing target here to offer up a lead.
Shelley Scott. Player on the mark is right on the 50. Goes towards the top of the goal square. She got good purchase on it, but it's been marked right in the last line of defence by Stevens again.
Guess so.
Scott almost got it back. Crashed the pack well. Jolly got the hand pass. Guest stepped around one beautifully. Centering ball was excellent. White from 50. Goes for the top of the goal square. At the back, Sensoric. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Pack converges. And we'll have a ball up.
I'm liking the setup here from the Spurs a bit more. They've got good coverage across the forward 50 by all their players. So they're anticipating the quick kick out. Also good numbers around the footy.
Scoring opportunity here for Spurs, but it's been worked towards the line. And eventually over for a throw-in for Melbourne University. Just managing to avoid the danger for a moment. They lead this one by 13 points. 4-4-28 plays 2-3-15. Swisse Wellness VFL Women. Jolly bounces off a couple. Still going through Jolly. At the base of the pack. The umpire calls for a ball up. Next week's VFLW live action, Darebin versus St Kilda. Should be an absolute ripper, that one.
There's a top 4 rematch for you.
Here's a chance for the Spurs, but the strong tackle was laid on Gaston. Kick out of defence, only goes as far as Lampard, who'll chip it back in towards full forward, and that's a great mark on the lead. Coming out hard from full forward. Is that Jolly?
I believe so.
It is Sarah Jolly. Great work. Great stuff from Jolly. Leading out from full forward. She's been at the base of the packs and now she's got a lead, a mark and a chance to kick a goal.
It would be a huge example for her teammate. She was struggling to pick herself up after a contest 5 minutes ago and now she goes back for a goal.
From 40, she sprayed it across the face. Disappointing result. Through for one behind. 2-4-16 Western Spurs. 4-4-28 Melbourne University. 12 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Chance for the Spurs to make the most of it here, but they've got to be clean with the ball. I know Jolly has had a fantastic game, but need to do better in front of goal there.
Blackburn brought it out of defence. Ashley Guest has been fantastic, camping across that wing half forward line. She's made that many chop off intercepts. Kicks it back towards centre half forward. Trying to work the way through the contest is Gamble. Gets a kick back towards full forward. Sensoric! Great mark on the lead. Strong stretch. And this one really has to be a goal for the Spurs.
Lawrence Serrick's been an elite defender for many, many years. Debbie Leadus moving her forward in this third quarter, and that was a very strong, safe pair of hands. A sort of that intercept mark a defender would take, only she's now 100 metres closer to goal.
So as a defender, does she kick like a defender, Ricky? Or?
Oh, I'm not too sure. She'd be a bit nervous about this one, I think, but she's pretty safe, I think.
Low, very low, and touched.
Oh.
She liked it. It's touched on the line.
Damn it. No more than 2 metres off the ground at any point.
It was a great effort in the last line of defence. I think it was Nicola Stevens again to get the hand on the footy and see it through for a behind. And now here come the transition from the Muggers towards the wing. Shearlaw arrives, knocks it down from Gamble. At the back of the pack is Cordner. Gets around one, couldn't beat the second one. Kick goes up and under. Arriving there was Lampard, couldn't take the mark, trying to work her way through. Lampard will get back for another go. Little toe poke kick. The quarterback is able to chop it off and send it back towards half forward. Gamble was pushed, takes the mark and then the advantage plays on into the centre of the ground. Mark was dropped there by Sian Wilson. And we'll have a ball up right near the centre circle.
Intensity in this match definitely gone up the last few minutes as the Spurs are definitely chopping the Muggers off in their rebound. And it was that sort of thing that the Muggers were doing so well in the second quarter that the Spurs are now trying to emulate and doing it very well.
Spark tapped it over the top. Blackburn got a hand pass off. Taken there by Hay. Kick not good. And it's been marked by Teasdale. Danny Teasdale on half back for the Spurs. When they can avoid that fast transition, they're well and truly in the game, Western Spurs. Kick into the centre of the ground is good.
Another good hit by Bree White, having a fantastic third quarter.
It was Kemp. Guest has it again. Who gets onto the left towards half forward. Oh, great Mark Ferris. She's been impressive today. Kicks towards half forward. A strong, hard run from Scott. Gets the favourable bounce. Snaps it back towards the goal square. Sensoric caught in the sandwich. Tries to gather it cleanly. Can't do so. Melbourne Uni try to work it out towards the line. Taken by Pound. And she can't get out of it. The umpire's circling, wants to pay it, won't pay it, and eventually calls give it to me.
I could just see them getting a little bit nervous there as the umpire hovered and waited, and
He wanted it.
He savoured the moment. It's the theatrics of being an umpire.
He wanted to sweep those arms. He was looking for any opportunity.
It's funny, umpires do nothing and suddenly Gab Pound wriggles an awful lot.
Yeah. We'll have another ball up. Deep in the forward zone. Spurs need a goal here. Just to shut it down before three-quarter time. Can't be long to go. Jolly is caught as soon as she gathered the football. And we'll have ball up number 3.
You can already see the Spurs have set themselves well across half back from the direct kick out. You've got Guest and Lister, 2 very safe marks waiting for the quick clearance.
Pound got a hand pass away just as she was tackled. Taken by Hardiman. Kicks back towards the danger spot. Arriving now is Tapner, just barged her way through the pack. Couldn't get a lot of purchase on the kick, but was able to go back and get it again. Got dispossessed a second time. Spurs win the turnover. Little kick inboard, finds Lampard. Swings away and takes off onto the right boot towards half forward. Numbers here with the Uni girls away. Dispossessed, kick was well smothered. Lampard goes again. Partially smothered the hand pass by Lachlan. Little kick away. Towards the centre of the ground it goes. Mark was dropped by Wilson. Gets paid though. Excuse me. Short pass to Eva. Alicia Eva chips it towards the flank. Ashmore bounces away from her. It'll be left for Gunn to run onto it. The debutante kicks inside forward 50. Over the head of it goes of the trailing forwards. Bounce that up nicely. For Adams, but she was caught with the ball, took too long, and it's a free kick to the Spurs in the last line of defence.
Elise Gamble's done a fantastic job on Candy Adams. Not only has she held her to virtually no impact, but she's pushed up the ground, she's taken some interceptions, she's driven the Spurs forward.
Cordner's kick not good, it's been turned over.
Now Ashmore with the ball here, really fantastic runner, needs to work her way into this match a bit more. Her skills will be very valuable to Melbourne Uni if this gets close.
Shearlaw forgot to put her hands up to try and take the mark, and the turnover has... Going to run it away. Guest takes off towards that wide open wing. Has 4 bounces and then sends the kick wide to a 2-on-3 contest. Tapped down to ground by Clatt. Turnover time. This was Pound. Snap around the corner off the outside of the boot. She's a little bit sore in the shoulder. Ball now on the wing. Guest is caught. Great tackle. Great tackle rewarded. And she... no, it's been paid a sling tackle. I don't know about that one, Cameron.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Brendan, I've seen Carly Tapner respond to free kicks against her before. That was very, very calm.
Yeah, she was not happy about it. I thought it was clearly holding the ball.
Well, she was very unlucky, and it was not great play by Ash Guest. Had a fantastic third quarter, but and here it is on now. Tapner's just throwing one into Guest's chin.
Thrown a couple, actually.
Deanna Berry's just coming in to stave Tapner off.
Yeah,
and have another go at Guest. Deanna Berry's not the world's greatest moderator, evidently.
Well, that's going to be a free kick because Tapner has grabbed Guest around the neck. She's cranky about it. I think she had a reason to be cranky, but not a reason to fire up after the play.
Well, Carly Tapner's got to learn. She was physical. She brought down Guest, and that was fine. But she's lost her cool now, and as a consequence, Melbourne Uni have lost the ball.
She was giving her a bit to go on with on the ground as the free kick was being paid against her. She's heading towards the bench very slowly now, I think, Tapner. But we'll keep an eye on that. She'll go over and calm down and probably come back better for the experience as the ball goes out of bounds at half forward for the Spurs.
They need the goal here, the Spurs. They've had a lot of the run of play the last 10 minutes. They've found a marking forward in Sinceric, but they desperately need to put one through if they're to compete before three-quarter time.
Boundary throw in half forward for Spurs. One down at the back by Hardiman. Trying to work her way through was Lachlan. couldn't get through. Finally, with a kick away was Gogos towards half forward. Stevens again. She has been massive in defence. Goes across the face of goal and finds Ashmore. Had a brilliant first quarter. A little bit quieter since then. Good kick out of defence. Is that a free kick for a push? No, said the umpire. Taken by Lachlan. Got a kick down towards the centre of the ground. Numbers here with the Western Spurs. Over the back it goes. Plenty of fumbling. Neither player able to pick it up cleanly. Arriving was Guest. Got it across to Ferris. How calm is she in traffic, Naomi Ferris? Got it across to Gaston. She can run through the centre of the ground. Kicks to half forward. No mark able to be taken there. There is a whistle, is there? No. Play on. Lampard left it behind. Blackburn dispossessed her. And the siren sounded for three-quarter time. And Melbourne University, well, they're just doing enough to retain the upper hand in this game. They lead by 11 points at the final change. Melbourne Uni, 4 goals for 28. VU Western Spurs 2-5-17. Swisse Wellness VFLW round 3 action. Goal scorers for Uni, Deanna Berry, Carly Tapner, Kate Shearlaw and Lauren Spark. And for the Western Spurs, Ashley Gunn and Alicia Newman. How'd you see it, Cameron?
Well, that was an interesting quarter, and the Spurs, although they did a lot of great things, Ellie Blackburn and Emma Carney for the Muggers didn't get a lot of the ball. They put a lot of the ball inside 450. Ash Guest and Bree White in particular were fantastic, but they haven't bridged the gap enough, and they now face a bit of an uphill battle in the last quarter against a very good side.
Ricky, how have you seen their third quarter? Obviously, your team had most of the play, the Western Spurs, but only 2 behinds for the quarter compared to 1 goal, 1 makes it a tough ask from here.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of switch around, as you could see, with Lawrence and Sarek going back into the forward, and it was good to see Alicia Newman back up at it after getting that really big hit in the second quarter. So I think we just need to keep chipping away at it. We did get a lot more of the ball then, and you can see that if we keep pounding towards the goals, we'll eventually get some.
So it is three-quarter time. They'll need 2 goals more than the opposition in the last quarter, Western Spurs, to get over the line. Remember, next week's VFLW video stream game is Darebin versus St Kilda, and Darebin on track for a victory today against Diamond Creek. It is 4-4-28 for the Falcons, 2-3-15 Diamond Creek at the Plenty War Memorial Park today. Diamond Creek kicked 2-3-0, and since then it's been 4-4-0 to the Falcons. In the other games in the AFL, Western Bulldogs 9-7-61, leading St Kilda 5-5-35, 20 minutes into the third quarter. And the VFL match will get a score to you very shortly. But the last time we saw it, the Waffle was leading that by 23 points as they try and win in Victoria for the first time in their history, Cameron.
Well, look, they're in a nice position, aren't they? The interesting thing is, if history's waiting on your shoulders, that sometimes is something to go into. If you're at three-quarter time and you've got all of that kind of waiting against you, you think, here we are in this moment able to win, can they hold the lead?
Yeah, and VFL trying to break a 3-match losing streak in that game as well. So there's a bit going on over there. But it's all happening here at the Merv Hughes Reserve. It's three-quarter time. Melbourne University 4-4-28. VU Western Spurs 2-5-17. Swisse Wellness. VFLW round 3 action. Brendan Rhodes, Cameron O'Connor and Ricky Martinuzzo with you. We'll be back shortly for the final term. Underway in the final quarter at Merv Hughes Oval. Can the Western Spurs find the 2 goals they need? Quick hand pass away, or that'll be holding the ball. No, umpire said play on. Quick kick away came from Mifsud, who's gone into the middle. First time we've really seen it today after 5 goals last week. Jolly slung out of the pack, which converges again on the football. Oh, somehow Kemp got away and got a kick out of defence. Running onto the football, Newman outside of the boot. Out of bounds on the full. Needed a left foot there, unfortunately, Alicia Newman. But couldn't swing it back there.
Well, this is the good fast start the Spurs need. They got it the last quarter, but it's time for them to capitalise. I mean, all season they looked to consolidate last year, but now it's time for them to mix it with the best sides in the comp like Melbourne Uni and get the wins on the board.
Can they find these 2 goals that they need to win? We'll find out as the free kick goes to Pound. Brendan Rhodes, Callum O'Connor and Ricky Martinuzzo with you. Ball out towards the wide wing. Lampard will track it back for the Spurs. Swings inboard. Centering ball wasn't bad. Lachlan got there first but dropped the mark. It was taken by Gaston, who kicked towards half forward through the hands of Gamble. A little bit of a fumble from Ferris, but she's able to keep going. Somehow manages to juggle it back inboard. Great little hand pass through to Gogos. She kicks into the pocket. Newman! Great mark.
Set up by Naomi Ferris, and how many times in the second half have we seen her get that, pick the ball up in the middle of the pack, move the arms around a little and just go like smoke through, and now Newman's got a shot at goal. She's got the second chance of the quarter, maybe a little bit better on the set shot.
She's been close to their best player, I reckon, Naomi Ferris, along with Sarah Jolly. Fantastic performance. Bree White's been very good also. But Alicia Newman kicked a goal in the second quarter, needs this. This can bring the margin back within a kick. I think she's hooked it. She has. Misses to the near side. It'll be disappointing again. 1 goal, 1 and 1 out on the full. Bit of everything for Alicia Newman. It's 2-6-18 Western Spurs, 4-4-28 Melbourne University. 2 minutes gone in the final quarter. Need to take those opportunities, Ricky.
Yeah, it's a big thing for us to be relentless. It's one of our values, and I think to be able to take it to a side like this, it takes a lot of nerve and confidence. And we'd be a really nervous side probably out there at the moment, but you can see that we're not going to back down.
Tapner, not backing down was Lampard, but Tapner got away. That is exactly what they've been doing, the Spurs, as Berry kicks towards half forward. Not backing down, I mean, they've been right with them all day. It's only really been the finishing and a little bit of quick transition that have brought the 4 goals to Melbourne Uni. The Spurs have probably had the better of general play for most of the day. 1 down by Hardiman, caught Jolly, quick kick away from Spurs towards the wing it goes. Gamble being worried out of it by Stevenson. Had a huge second quarter, did lose Stevenson. Little short pass was good, taken by Eva. Looks for a 50, not going to get it. Decides to go out wide and gives it to Emma Carney.
It's been a long time since I've said this, but Emma Carney being quiet today. Angelica Gogos, not only in her first season as a Spur, but used to be a mugger. She's sat on their best ball winner and done a fantastic job.
Been very good. Berry took the mark, but turned over the kick, and it's taken by Mifsud, who's now a kick behind the play. Booted 5 last week against Box Hill. Hasn't been able to be a factor today, unfortunately, for the Spurs. Kicks to the wing.
Hasn't found a spot for her.
Yeah, the ball not able to come in directly enough to give her a chance up forward, was there?
Oh, good credit to Jess Anderson. Normally a forward is put at the other end of the ground, and to hold down Alyssa Mifs has been fantastic for her. It's really upset the Spurs attack.
Hunt got a free kick and gave it to Spark, who then went inside 50. Terrific spoil. Getting back there, the Spurs, the pressure's on. Now, can they get it clear? They do. Brought it out towards the wing. It's going to come straight back in unless the mark was taken by Morgan. Her best efforts weren't quite able to hang on. Pound to the flank. Couldn't quite find the target in Emma Gunn. And it bounces over the line for a throw in.
So the Spurs, I'm just having a little more of a think about Alyssa Mifsud. They are behind. And Mifsud's one of their best attacking players. I don't think I like having her 20 metres out from their defensive goal. They need her in the middle or they need her as a target up forward.
Yeah, back to centre half forward, somewhere to go through and then to get it down to
Senseric. Just give him a target. I think Senseric does need a bit of a chop out down there.
White brought a sweeping hand pass back, and eventually the kick came to Gamble. Centering ball, this is dangerous. It's poor. She's given it straight to Shearlaw. Kicks into the pocket. This could hurt. Berry, possibly too far out to score. She's on the 50.
Had a big week down at Berry, part of the 4-club Taylor Harris trade just a couple of days ago. Went from Melbourne to the Western Bulldogs.
And Shearlaw gave it to her, and it's eventually come to Jessica Anderson, who's led out well and taken the mark. And this could really sting. You would think she's had the stopping job on a goal kicker if she gets one herself.
The irony would surely burn on Debbie Lee's Spurs. And she is within range, I'll say, Jess Anderson. She's a nice kick of the footy.
She's sprayed it out to the right. And just looking at the way that ball swung would sort of pay some of the reason as to why the ball's been out on this wide wing all day. There is a little bit of a breeze heading that way. I was trying to pick up whether it was there earlier on, but it clearly was in that kick. Free kick for out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Frankie, generally a good kick of the footy.
Not so this time. Turnover will come. Berry back inside 50. 3 to beat here. The Spurs providing support. Lachlan snaps it back towards the line. Blackburn fled it to Anderson. She fumbled at the crucial stage. Lampard wrapped up over top of the footy, and we'll have a ball up.
We're just seeing there, Debbie Lee did an awful lot of recruiting in the off-season for the Spurs. Got plenty of AFLW players. 3 of them, Jolly, Gamble and Newman, have all been fantastic.
There are 12 playing today for the Spurs, 15 lining up for Melbourne University. Plenty of quality out there. Tapner just tries to barge through and fails, and she's holding the ball. And Jolly lets her know about it too. I'm sure there'd be no Spur who is unaware of what happened late in the third quarter.
They would all be holding the red rag. Just trying to get a 50 out of her. I don't think they'd mind copping a quick punch for that.
Sarah Jolly kicks it around that outer wing with the breeze.
No targets again, Brennan. The Spurs need to push Sarah onto the other side of the wing to offer a target for Sarah Jolly.
Great dummy that by Gabriella Pound, but an even better smother. Sees the football over the line for a boundary throw-in. The second player arriving was Ainsley Kemp, who managed to ensure a stoppage on the wing. So boundary throw-in. Right on centre wing. It's a short one into the breeze. Front spot winning the tap down for the Spurs. Caught with the football was Emma Carney. Couldn't get it away. It now came to Hunt. Eventually through to Carney, who decides to put on the afterburners and go for a run. Kicks towards half forward. It was just out of the reach of Shearlaw. Back there first was Cordner, who's had an excellent game as well, but this time the tackle has been laid. Gamble is caught.
Fantastic work there by Sheila. I know she may look a bit ungainly, Kate Sheila, but that was a fantastic rundown of a nimble little player in Sarah Lampard.
The second effort was terrific, wasn't it? Shearlaw goes to the top of the goal square. Player in front should be paid the mark here. The umpire is saying, give it to me.
It's one of the earliest rules of backyard footy, isn't it?
Yep, player in front gets the football. And I think they could consider themselves unlucky here, Spurs, especially if it costs them a goal. Lampard throws it on the boot, tries to get it out of the zone, not full purchase on the ball. Great tackle laid by Gogos following up. We'll have a ball up.
Just another instance, Carney not being able to given any room to burn through packs.
Hardiman, a big slap away. Ferris stepped through traffic again. She's done that excellently all day. Picked up and then dispossessed was Gunn. Turnover again. Ashmore missed the target with her hand pass. Now it came to Pound from Stevenson. Kicks towards the forwards half of the wing. Mark dropped by Spark. Towards the 50 it goes. Working her way through is Nicola Stevens. She couldn't beat the second tackle from Teesdale. And the umpire says, I will ball it up.
Just a great effort there from Bree White, spoiling Lauren Spark. She had to put the full jump on just to reach at the middle of her back, and she was still able to spoil the marking attempt.
10 points the margin, I should say. We are midway through the final quarter. They're not making the ground they need, Western Spurs. Nicola Stevens picks the footy up, tackled straight away by Quigley. Came to Pound, who's been excellent across half-back today. Towards the centre she goes. Trying to work her way through was Ashmore, being held without the footy. Umpire says play on. Gathered now by Gogos, got it to White, snap around the corner, front spot is Bailey Hunt, and she'll take the mark for the Muggers.
The Muggers are going very heavy in defence right about now. Hunt, Pound, Eva, Saundry, they've got a lot of their firepower back.
Only really needing to make sure they hold on. Good piece of play there by Carney, held onto the football long enough to get an opportunity to go forward. Eventually it goes towards the 50 and Tapner is unable to keep the footy in from the kick by Jessica Anderson. Boundary throw in about 75 metres around from the uni goal.
Now, normally you'd think, can Melbourne Uni hang on from here? But there's not a real sign of how the Spurs are going to find the 2 goals they need.
It wouldn't worry Uni in the slightest if there wasn't a single goal in this quarter, as Blackburn gave the hand pass off to Spark, and she misses with her handball, and it's out of play again, but they've gained a good 35 or 40 metres. Western Bulldogs lead St Kilda by 34 points at 3/4 time at Etihad Stadium. Low scoring game there. Ball back into play. One down to the advantage of Carney, who's starting to get her hands on the footy in the last quarter. Little hand pass back, Shearlaw couldn't get a clear kick away. It tumbles towards the line and over for a boundary throw-in. Through the hands it went of Morgan, who is wringing her hand. Might have got a finger bent back there. Melbourne Uni can put this one to bed right now if they get a goal. Shearlaw tried to get clear. Berry, great trap at the base of the pack from White, and she got up and kicked it clear. Looked for the boundary line. Getting back there first is Ashmore. Shrugged off one tackle. That was excellent by Caitlin Ashmore. And the mark is taken by Blackburn on the short pass.
Here's the combination. Blackburn, Ashmore, Carney, 3 of Melbourne Uni's best players have been relatively quiet by their standards. They're working their way into this contest when it matters.
Dangerous kick to the top of the goal square by Blackburn. Trying to work through his gun. Couldn't get a kick away. Pack converges. Here's Eva. Spun out of the side of the pack. Kick on the left, and Alicia Eva seals the game for Melbourne University. That's their 5th goal. They go to 5 goals, 5-35 on the Swiss Wellness VFLW scoreboard. 2 goals, 6-18 VU Western Spurs, 12.5 gone final quarter.
Well, she became a 2018 GWS player after signing on the dotted line a few days ago. She's had a big few days now. You go from thinking about your place in AFL to back playing at VFL level, and now she's kicked. Well, that is a decisive goal. Because not only is it 3 goals now with the clock running against them, but the Spurs are finding it hard to find avenues to scoring.
Yeah, probably the two best players for Collingwood this season, weren't they? And they're both gone, Nicola Stevens and Alicia Eva.
Yes, Collingwood were very quick to get pen to paper after that one. They didn't want to lose any more blood.
Hooked everyone up very quickly after that. Hand pass came out wide to Kat Phillips. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Taken by Anderson. Kicks back inside forward. 50 at the back. Almost the mark taken by Spark. Couldn't do so. Numbers with Spurs. Gamble struggled to pick it up. And now she's in trouble. She's gone. Advantage quickly taken. Kick towards the top of the goal square. Ferris gets it off hands. Gave it off to Frankie. She'll go onto the right boots. And there's a downfield free kick. She got knocked over by...
Against Caitlin Ashmore, that one.
By Ashmore,
Clumsy.
okay. So free kick at half back to the Spurs. Centering ball.
Well, Caroline
Finds
Hardiman's
Guest.
got the entire wing to herself here.
And it's
Needs a clean pick-up.
It is that big win too. Hardiman, she needs to get around. Phillips decided to kick instead and found Newman.
Now, who's the next option? They've got Quigley very deep, Gamble and White between her.
Alicia Newman kicks towards the 50. It's over the head of Newman. Goes inside the 50. White arrives. Can she get a kick away? Does so. Not a lot on it, however. And running back in was Lachlan to take the mark.
An unfortunate miss hit. If she'd hit a little worse, it would have ended up with Jolly. If she'd hit a little better, it would have gone to Gaston. But she's just found the middle player.
Tapner swept the hand pass out wide to Ashmore. Turns over the kick.
Harriet Cordner taking the intercept mark there has been fantastic today. She was unfortunately delisted by Melbourne a couple of days ago, but has really shown she can compete at VFL level.
A surprise move based on what I've seen today. Harriet Cordner, of course, a famous name at Melbourne, the Cordner family. Ashmore will get it back. Kick goes in towards the centre of the ground, and no mark taken by Spark.
Drop what she should have taken.
Yeah, no question about that. Little hand pass up base of the pack. Sold a teammate into trouble. The tackling has been solid. It was White who got wrapped up the second time. No quarter asked or given by either team today. And we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, Naomi Ferris landed badly in the last marking contest. Just coming to the bench now, not quite running too smoothly.
She has been at the base of just about every pack, hasn't she? And she's managed to find a way out of most of them, Ferris. Ball's on centre wing. Grab without the football is Anderson. Umpire says play on, and then Anderson gathered the football and was still being grabbed. Little hand pass out from Phillips. They might be looking for one more here, Melbourne Uni. Free kick, however, for holding the ball will go to Spurs, and it'll be taken by Shelley Scott. Chips it back to the defensive goal square. Coming away from defence. Looked like Cordner, was it again? She found Gaston. Around the wing they go. Gaston likes to run. Gave it to White. Kicks around the corner. Not a good one. Gamble lost her footing at the crucial stage.
Yeah,
Stevenson took the mark.
Beautiful ball movement by the Spurs. Chopped off because the forward targets just weren't there. They needed some of the tall timber that the Melbourne Uni have boasted today.
It's a great mark by Wilson, who gave the handball to Stevenson. Kick now inside forward 50. Berry couldn't pick it up. Ashmore, base of the pack, got it up to Berry. Up and under kick will land basically straight back on top of her head, so she thumped it forward. Was that a high tackle? No, said the umpire, and away come the Spurs out of defence.
Well done, Anderson, to corral Guest there. That was fantastic work.
Yes, Anderson. Guest is still going to get the football back. She's had a lot of the ball, and this time she uses it a little bit better. Newman wants to get around Pound. Oh, very fleet of foot there. Twinkle toes Newman. Threw it onto the right boot, tumbles the kick towards half forward. It sat better for Blackburn, who gave it back to Pound. And Gabriella Pound will steady it down. 22 points the lead for the Waffle in the state game at Northport. Blackburn kicks towards half forward. Solid landing, no mark, gathered by the Spurs. Little hand pass from Lampard. Looking for Guest again. Can she keep it in? Working hard, couldn't quite, bounced away from her and over for a throw in.
Ash Guest's been fantastic today. Must be top 2 or 3 for the VU Western Spurs. Her rebound and particularly her intercept has not been afraid to take the game on when she's got the ball in hand as well.
Lisa Williams has kicked a goal for Diamond Creek. It's a 2-point margin. 13 minutes into the last quarter over there at Plenty War Memorial Park. Little kick away for the Spurs, only went as far as Kat Phillips. Dodging away was Newman with pace again. Has a couple of bounces. She wants to get rid of it now. Almost got run down by Lachlan. Got it across eventually to Gunn. Her hand pass to Jolly. Has to shrug a tackle. Back to Gunn. Dispossessed. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Carney got it away to Tapner. Steps through a couple. Got a kick inboard. Taken now by Spark. Wants to go quickly. Gets it across looking for Blackburn. Bounce doesn't favour her. Blackburn was good enough. Then got caught. Great tackle laid by Morgan. Out the back it goes. Turnover time. Tara Morgan did it very well. Cordner, dangerous kick, went backwards, but it worked well, and Teasdale took the mark.
God, Danny Teasdale, the match would have been absolutely iced if she dropped that one, because she had 2 muggers waiting to pick up the crumbs, but that was a fantastic mark.
Morgan received, kicked back towards the wing. Hardiman and Tapner. Tapner got a hand pass away. Hardiman still going hard. She did well there. Hardiman created the turnover. Now the kick came towards half forward Gogos. Still way back, in fact, on the wing. A good 4 kicks from home. A little kick inboard, found Lampard. They need to build. Short pass was poor. Stevens was that surprised it came to her that she dropped the mark. Then she got caught. Just judged to have got a hand pass away. Goes past Stevenson. Lachlan into the centre of the ground. Eva with the stretch takes a good mark.
Great
and
mark
she's going to go back and hold it up.
Because Teasdale was there to take it over the back, would have put it straight up forward where Sinceric and Quigley were free.
Alicia Eva, 25 years old, and she went to Blackburn. Kicks in towards half forward. Spark. Little chip over the top. Berry, they've got the overlap. Berry goes for the tumble towards goal. The dribble kick, and it didn't work, and it went through for a behind.
Oh, it's not a good look. She could have kicked that on the full. Didn't have to go for the showy little dribble, and she might just get a little word for that after the match.
They're behind on the board to the Spurs. To the Uni, and Stevens, however, will bring it back in over the head of Blackburn. Stevens has been very close to best on ground, if not best on, but there's been good players everywhere for both teams today, and that will do it. That will do it. The Spurs threw everything at Melbourne University today, but the Uni team just a little bit too clean when it mattered, and they've gotten away with the victory. It's a 17-point win to Melbourne University here at the Merv Hughes Reserve. 5-5-35, the Muggers, beating the VU Western Spurs. Goalless in the second half. 2 goals, 6-18. Goal scorers for Melbourne Uni, all singles. Deanna Berry, Carly Tapner, Lauren Spark, Kate Shearlaw and Alicia Eva with the sealer in the final quarter. For the VU Western Spurs, Ashley Gunn in the first quarter, Alicia Newman in the second. But in the end, for all the efforts of the Western Spurs, there was just a little bit too much class from Melbourne University.
Well, there's no doubt one of the major contributions Debbie Lee's done for the VU Western Spurs since they've rebranded and started to pick themselves off the foot of the ladder. They do not accept brave defeats anymore. And they wouldn't go away thinking, oh, this is our closest loss against Melbourne Uni in 5 years. They should be thinking, we could have won that one. Little more clean as they move the ball forward and a better forward setup, and who knows.
Yeah, no question about that. They definitely had their opportunities. Ricky Martinuzzo with us for the final time. Thanks for joining us and giving up your afternoon to sit up here in the box with us, Ricky.
That's all right. Thanks a lot for having me. It's a very good view from here.
Obviously a little bit disappointing in the result, but plenty of positives and plenty to look forward to for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely a lot of positives to take out of that one, but not the result we wanted, and hopefully we can take it to the other top teams.